Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is ProxSpy here, and we're back for some more of the Twilight Princess HD Let's Play. If you didn't miss out during the last one, well, we have just went and completed off with the City in the Sky and battled out with Agarok, and now what is going to happen is that we are going to have to do quite a bit of some different side detouring type of stuff before reaching off into the whole Palace of Twilight area, and how we're going to have to go and take care of all that type of business once we go and step foot into our way of the Mirror of Twilight there. Now, what's going to happen is that we are going to have to return back to Castletown, do some little side things that are going to happen around within that way. We still have to pick up with a stamp that is going to be around within us using the actual double claw shot. And then not only that, but then of course we actually have to go and head on over to one particular area that was in Castletown where I somewhat wanted to kind of just not really head on into there right away. Not until I was like going to be getting myself within the way of using the double claw shot. Now, technically, we could have went and actually head on into this place once we actually did go and get the first of the many of the actual claw shots to begin with, but I decided to just go and do it in a little bit of a different type of way instead. But within these two videos for today, not only are we just going to be doing out here, of course, with Twilight Princess HD, but we are also, of course, going to have to go and do some more Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. We're finally going to start reaching off into our way of where the Great Tree is going to be. And not only that, but we're going to have Flurrie alongside with us as well, too, in the process, since we already went and retrieved the necklace from the Shadow Sirens, of course. Now, there is going to be one thing that I am going to decide to do in a little bit of a different type of way, because normally, sometimes, whenever I get Flurrie, I normally just head off right towards on into where the Great Tree is going to be, but instead what we're going to go and do is that there is one type of new thing that is in the Switch game that's not really within the GameCube version before, is that they actually switched up a little bit of what Rogue Pursuers is, but there is something that we can do with Flurrie in there, and I will kind of hold that off, and you guys can go and check that out for yourself in that video there. But here's this weird strange guy, and yes, if you guys do see all those orbs, yes, we're going to have to collect a whole bunch of those orbs because that is what our main task is going to be all about here in this type of place. Now, this guy in particular, he just kind of wants to just see us, like, basically fail out here, because he knows that, like, with us, that we're not going to potentially be able to go and do it right away. And you know what? He was actually somewhat right for a little bit of everything that was going on for here, because I know I have been a little bit rusty in this type of way from before. But yeah, like, I guess there's, like, your own type of different methods if you kind of want to go and figure out how you're going to have to collect with all these different orbs. This one, I want to say, is that you kind of have to go, like, pretty, like, much, like, super fast around over here for all of these. Now, I know that on my first try that was happening right here, I didn't really do as well as I thought it was going to do. And, there we go, that kind of was not as great, but I will have to go and try it out again, and then we'll see how well we can actually do it there. And just like that, we got it, and that is going to give us ourselves now with a big quiver. So there we go, so very nice. Now we are going to have to pick up with a much larger quiver as well, because not just only that we can go and pick up with something like that, but this guy is now going to try to make some sort of challenge a little bit more crazy than what this one was originally going to be happening from before. So unfortunately we kind of have to head back outside and then come right back in right on after. But you know what? One thing that we are going to have to go and do is let's go and check up with the fangirls that are out here, because I know that they've been seeing us go and try out this claw shot type of level from before, and and off they go and start running away. But let's go and head back into here, and now the challenge is going to be a little bit more tougher now, because all that we literally have at this moment is just going and sitting on that little center spot right there. Everything else I believe is all out of like spikes and stuff, so we don't really want to be touching that at all. So after a little bit of some time over here, finally was able to go and get it. Now this one could actually be a little bit of a challenge as well, but either way we were able to go and pass that around and got ourselves with another good win right there. And just like that, we now do have the much larger quiver. So we do have the giant quiver now, and now we have like the maximum amount of arrows that we do have, which that's going to be a big help, because I think we're going to have to use the arrows again. I don't know if we're going to have to do that in the whole Twilight area at that point there, but we'll have to see. So we're back over here at Mallow's shop. Now there is something interesting that can actually happen now, and this guy right here in particular is going to be wanting 2,000 rupees. So that's going to be a little bit of a toughie type of thing to go and search for 2,000 rupees. Now, I know that normally for us, we were kind of, I want to say, like, using up most of all of our different golden bugs that we do have. But I'm pretty sure I think you can still take those golden bugs, and I think you can still go and give them over to Agatha. I'm not really too entirely sure if you can still get, like, extra other rupees just from her after once you go and do that little objective for trying to get all the way up to 2,000 rupees, but we'll have to see that for another time, because I don't know if she'll probably be able to take the same type of bugs previously from before. Just depends on what happens. Now, before we go and end off with this episode, yes, we got one of the most annoying and most frustrating type of missions here in this game of Twilight Princess. Now, this is my very first attempt actually doing this one right here, and I'm going to show you guys all the way through of how exactly I was able to go and do this. And I am quite surprised, because I thought for myself, within this video, was that I thought here, just with this annoying barrel run type of mission I'm gonna have to do, was I thought I was gonna have to at least do this 4 or 5 other different attempts, but so far I actually did it really well, and I kind of figured out that there was a little bit of a strategy, and all you have to do is just kind of just run around in circles for a little bit until those levers stop trying to chase around with you. That's gonna be happening here, because that could be the one issue that you're gonna probably be facing throughout this little side track type of thing that's gonna happen with the whole barrel, is that you're going to be having levers just start like running around you, and if you're not careful enough about like following their pattern, you will hit them and then you will lose out on that said barrel. So here comes down another one of those levers there, and just like that, we're just going to have to just run around in circles for a little bit, and that's what we're going to have to kind of do here with this little last phase here. Even though that we're like so dang well close to that bridge, these two annoying enemies right here are just going to be causing so much of a fuss. So there we go, just dodge right around that. Almost there to the bridge, just gonna have to do another little turnaround over here, and just like that, just walk around through that way. And I believe we have finally made it, so hooray! We got it, we got the barrel for you, man. Let's go ahead, basically just chuck this at that guy right there, and there we go, we're all good. I remember that there was a scene that happened before my original Let's Play of this, and I remember, I wish I should have kept out that one particular video just so that I could have that as like a YouTube short or something, but there was a part where I accidentally did not hit the ZL button to throw it at him, so what I decided to do was that I tossed it in a whole other different direction, and it didn't even hit him at all. So all that time of me just running around, I finally made it to this spot, and I instantly, like, completely throw it in the wrong way. But after all that time, we now do have the heart piece here, another added one to our collection, and that is about it here for today. So see you guys in the next one, and of course, peace.